Howdy folks, Evan Controller here, and today we're going to be playing a little game called Oxide, which came out way back in the year 1992. Came out for the Mac in that year, but it had seen a release on the Atari ST, the Amiga. It came out for Next-based systems, all of which were 68K based, like this Mac that I'm playing it on. It was also ported over to DOS, and it was made by a fellow whose name we just saw a few moments ago. His name is Meinolf Schneider, and it was made and produced and distributed through his company called Dongleware, which isn't just a silly name. We're going to actually talk about that a little bit more momentarily. But Oxide is a sequel to or a refinement of a couple of games that Mr. Schneider made for the Atari ST, starting with a game called Bolo, which is not to be confused with the famous Mac multiplayer game. But I get the feeling that most of my audience is not terribly interested in the long pedigree of this game. We should just talk about what this game is and why I'm playing it. Let's hit the guide here. The short guide. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. Inside your computer, there is a secret world of slumbering bits and bytes of which you may not have known until today or now. Why did I throw in today? I don't know. Getting a little creative here. But now this world is threatened and desperately needs your help. Overnight, the life-giving oxides have shut tight. Unaware of the danger, the world threatens to suffocate. Only you can rescue this world by opening all of the oxides. Every landscape in this world has a certain number of oxides, which you must find and open with your black marble. But watch out, oxides will only stay open and release their oxygen if they are of the same pattern or color and are opened in order. Not until all oxides are open can you proceed to the next landscape. The various objects lying about can be collected by rolling over them. That's kind of the main gist of it. The rest of this is information that we will either learn as we play, or it is not important to us, really. For instance, this talks about how to do a link game, a multiplayer game, which is very cool sounding, but I only have the one working Mac at this point, so I can't even do the multiplayer game of Oxide. I could, if I get my LC3 up and running. But it sounds like you just hook up a Apple Talk connection, and then you can go hog wild. This is important to note, though. There are secret numbers for the individual landscapes that are given by the computer with the black marble. Oh, wait, that's for multiplayer. But you do get a password at the end of each landscape that you beat, or as you go into the landscape, I should say. You can reach the USA Oxide SOS telephone service on Thursdays between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. at 617-497-1130. It is 11 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday night. I'm tempted to call that. I'm not going to call that. I'm sure that I'm going to wake somebody up, right? I don't know what area code that is. I'm not going to worry about it. If you're over in the UK, you can call that number too. I recommend calling only during those working hours, though. Good luck on your rescue mission. Okay, thank you very much. So, yeah, I mean, the gist of the game is that it is about marbles, it's about balls, and choking. So, in that regard, I guess it is a highly German game. But setting that aside, it is a truly iconic Mac game. I remember it being well regarded and highly played and well loved. It was at least one of my favorites growing up, but I would always hit a point where I couldn't play any further, and that's because this game is Dongleware. And it's not just a name, it's a way of life. Let's read about Dongleware. This is a Dongleware disk. Copying and passing this disk on to others is expressly permitted and desired. Oxide is available for the following computers: IBM, Apple Macintosh, Atari ST/TT, and Falcon, Commodore Amiga, and Next. What is Dongleware? Dongleware is a new type of software distribution which lets you obtain and try out the software at no cost. But you can only use the software to its fullest extent if you buy the corresponding dongle, hardware, or book. This is valid for Oxide, too. The first 10 landscapes are no problem for most people, but then mean magic tokens suddenly show up. These can only be removed by reciting an equally mean magic formula at them. We've been keeping our eyes and ears open for you, and we have even found a book full of secret magic formulas. It seems to have been written by somebody who made it through to the last landscape, as, besides the magic formulas, it also contains lots of tips for playing. The Oxide book has 176 information-laden pages and contains all of the secret formulas needed to progress through the 200 different landscapes, as well as fabulous tips and tricks to maximize your success. You can obtain your very own copy of the Oxide book from the following addresses. That address, and that is a 1-800 number that I will call because, you know, it's that seems legit, right? Again, you know, it's a business number. I wonder what business we can find happening at this time of night. Let's go into speaker here.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line. Guys, hot ladies are waiting to talk to you. Press 1 now. Ladies, to talk to interesting and exciting guys free. Press 2 to connect.
Well, I would say that is possibly still affiliated with Dongleware, but it may be a different type of dongle. I don't know. You can dangle your dongle on the phone. Dongleware has apparently branched out a little bit, all I'm saying. You can get it in Australia. Probably calling that number is very sexy. And you can get it delivered to you COD. Interesting. Which doesn't happen anymore. And it cost a whopping $42, including shipping and handling, which, you know, when this game came out, I was 8 years old, so that was not exactly feasible for me. So, and it was an extra 6 or extra 3, I guess, internationally shipped for Australia. Crikey, $65 dues. You have to include your operating system when you order, because I'm sure that the dongle is different for each operating system. So it's basically a copy protection mechanism, which was very similar to the ones that were included with retail titles at the time. But the difference here is that while you would get the game for free, you would have to pay for the code book, as opposed to buying both the game and the copy protection, usually in the instruction manual, which was typical for games of the time. But I think it's kind of a neat idea for the time, although it presented a monumental obstacle for me, because I couldn't afford the book. Now, I have played some of those protected levels, and I don't remember how I did it. I don't know if anything sinister was going on. I don't know if it was like at my brother's and he happened to have the book. No idea. But in any event, why don't I take a trip down memory lane as I actually play the game and introduce you to this wonderful, wonderful game. All right, here we go. This is your opportunity to enter a password. If you have one, we're not going to do that. We're going to start with landscape number 1. And as you can see, we're a beautiful black marble in this crazy mixed up computer world of bits and bytes and oxygen needing to be released. You can see that there's 8 blocks. These are oxide blocks. And the idea here is that you hit them and you match them. Pretty straightforward. See, we just got a match there. There's different terrain, there's different blocks that we'll run into. This is sand, and if you stay in it too long, you will sink and die. You can even, you can kind of float on it a little bit. There's also a spinning object there. Was that white over there? No. That just seems to be hanging out. Oh boy. Yeah. So those things will kill you. Gotta be careful of those. Oops. Got a little bit spicy there. I'm gonna go to these two, and that is how you oxide. On to landscape number 2. And one thing that this game is really great about is introducing new concepts gradually and in fun ways. Let there be light is what that note just said. We have oxide blocks here, which we can try to open up. Whoops. Now, longtime friends of the channel will probably be like, oh yeah, effing controller is playing a puzzle game. This is going to go predictably well. Yeah, I'll do my best for you. I'm not playing it very blind, because I have to say I knew exactly what that switch would do. But at a certain point, this is going to get much more challenging. And you will probably suffer, as I will. Won't you join me? Let's continue on to landscape number 3. There's the oxide blocks, but it would seem that we have a bottomless pit between them and us. Ah, but what's this? We have a laser, and then some kind of block there. What happens when we bump it? Oh my goodness. It moves, and it rotated. Yes, indeed. That is a mirror block. And when you bump it... Whoops. Don't bump it that far. It will activate the oxide block. So I'm just going to bump this over there. Didn't get a match on that. Okay, that means that that is this one over here. And then we'll bump it over. And take it to the very last one. And there you go. Ah. Alright, we got a couple blocks. Blue and white. Now, when you roll over into this next room... Oh, well, there's several notes, first of all. Umbrellas prevent free fall. And if you needed to know it again, there you go. Let's go into this next room. So we've got an umbrella there. Now, the tricky part with this room, which you can't tell, but I'm acutely aware of this fact. Whoa! And that almost bit me there. Is that the controls are reversed. So my mouse, when I roll it... Oh, it's kind of hinky. When I roll it up, it goes down. And when I roll it right, it goes left. It's just a fun little trick Mr. Schneider decided to play on us. That was the wrong one. White is that one. That's green. Okay. It's nerve-wracking. Fortunately, we have this umbrella. And we have several more. We're going to hit that, and then hit another umbrella. If I'd had my act together, I would have gotten it all with the one, but it's okay. Moving on to Landscape 5. Let's read the note. The border pieces and the flashing points are important, I'll say. I'll agree with that. So this guy, when you put it around one of those flashing points, it activates something. It's a switch, essentially. And it has opened up this gate, which has granted us access to that umbrella. I hit that switch, and I hit that oxide block. See what that does. That opened up that there. When I move that over. And that is a brown oxide. I guess it doesn't matter, really. There's a couple more umbrellas here. Got a few various other... objects here that we can interact with. One of which is the cherries, which don't use the cherries. They make you invisible, and I don't know if there might be a circumstance where it makes sense to use them. To my knowledge, I don't know of any, so maybe we'll find that out together. The coffee cup gives you a fine little coffee break. And everything's on pause. You can just go get yourself a cup of coffee. Maybe smoke a cigarette. Do whatever you need to do. And then we have the umbrella. Now, different surfaces have different frictions in this game. So when I was, hovering over that pit of nothingness, that was actually very, very low friction, as you might expect. So this surface that I'm on is reasonably high friction. But we'll run into some situations later on where things are pretty challenging in that respect. Was that what I needed to do? Yes. We'll open that. See, like, even this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Whoa. That was extremely close. The game is actually fairly forgiving. Even if you do lose all your marbles, it's not that big of a deal. Because then you can just start the landscape over again and you start with 3 lives again. It's not a big challenge. This is the training area! The bombs can be activated with dynamite. Excellent. So, a couple things to note here. There's lots of dynamite everywhere, first of all. Second of all, you can't pick up bombs once they're placed. But you can pick up dynamite, obviously. And if you bump into one of these bomb blocks, then you will get a bomb, which you can use to set up longer chain reactions. So that's kind of fun. I'm actually going to do this, though. And this is actually something worth kind of playing with. That's fine. These are prisms, obviously. And they become very important later on. Well, I mean, they're used more later on, and you have to know how they work. It's kind of a good idea. So, for instance... Oh boy. Did I screw something up? Interesting that the divots actually block the lasers. I mean, this is the training area, so maybe I should showcase all the different stuff that you can do. This shovel will allow you to fill in these divots. I don't know if there's a use for that later on, but I like doing it now, so deal with it. And the dynamite actually blocks it too. That's fun. Okay, well anyways, we're learning some stuff. Having a great time. But we have business to do. We need to save the world. All the oxygen's gone. So the only way to... Oh, I didn't really think that went through, did I? Oh, I really didn't think that went through. Oh, no. It's one of those classic effing controller boondoggles. Let's do this. Okay, that'll work. We can beat the level now. As you can see, you have to do a little bit of planning to get through this game. It's usually a good idea to just kind of take your time and not just go blow things up like I did. Is this a fixed position mirror? Is that why that's like that? Oh, why is it that color? Well, who cares? Duly noted. Landscape number 7. Let's see. So I happen to remember how this level works. You want to do this one first. And then you want to do this one. And the note might give you a hint as to why I did that. Use F3 to restart. If you do it in the wrong order, then you can make this level unwinnable. It's one of those. This part is really the only tricky part. Now, you can try to shove this one up. But what happens is you'll bounce off and then you'll bounce into this one on the bottom and you'll bounce it to the edge, which is no good. So what we're going to do is that. Push this bad boy over here. Do a little of this. And then a little of this. And this. Bring this one down. Got an extra life there, but like I said, lives are not that crucial. If you run out, you can just start over again. And there we go. Nice and safe and clean. Delightful. Like a fresh diaper. One of my favorite things in this world, that's for sure. Okay, let's match up these reds. My heater's coming on. I apologize for the noise. Okay, let's go over here. Damn. Wait, was it? Oh, for God's sakes. My memory ain't what it used to be, folks. There we go. Once you kind of get the hang of a puzzle, it's just a question of correctly rolling your ball. You gotta know how to handle your balls. Let's move on to Landscape 8. Now this level, I'm not moving the mouse at all. It is... the marble is just moving with a mind of its own. I can kind of backtrack here, but there's really no sense in that, obviously, is there? Yeah. Let's carry on. Oh dear. It's very dramatic, but fortunately we're moving at enough of a clip here that we're not going to worry about falling into this bottomless pit here. Okay, now slow down. And so I find that if you use the coffee break there, it's kind of a good idea, because it just kind of gives you a second to pause and relax and think about your next course of action. Got 2 oxides there. And this introduces the concept of arrow blocks, which are one way. So, for instance, we went through these here. Can't go back through that way. Let's go over here, get this block, and come on through. Ah, the arrow blocks foiled again. Oh my God! Whoa! It was actually kind of scary. Good Lord. Number 9. This one's kind of tricky, as I recall. So, let's grab the dynamite. You can also activate the bombs by moving tokens over them. Well, that's an interesting idea, but I won't do that. Unless I get really desperate, I guess. Shouldn't be necessary. Okay. First of all, we want to blow up this one here. Just set that like right there. And I suppose in theory we could get away with just using... Yeah, let's try this. Just for yucks. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Why am I doing that? That's a terrible idea. I think I got an idea for what to do here. Okay, so I broke that. That was predicted. And it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah? And then we go... like that? Ah. But now... now we have a little bit of a problem. I have to get exactly the right pixel in order to go onto this section of the boards here, which I probably will not do. Let's try it, though. Yeah. That's okay. I can't get over there otherwise. Might as well bump that down. Oh, that's a empty pit. Good to know. Don't worry about me. I'm just cogitating. This may not be a good idea, but it's certainly an idea. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, dear. Okay. Let's just get back to work. Have to be mindful not to just drop the dynamite now. There we go. And there we go. Yeah. Easy peasy. Oh shit. I forgot a crucial step. We did that, damn it. Ah. Okay. There's gotta be an easier way to do this, but damned if I'm gonna do it. The way that I'm doing it will work. It's just, I'm a doddering old man. Okay. Here we go. This is the one, people. Oh wait, it absolutely isn't. It's absolutely not how you do this. Shit. Let that be a lesson to you. The lesson is that the consequences are immaterial. Here we are again. Okay. So I know I have to bump that. Let's just do that right out of the gate. Yeah, you have to light that one from the right if you want to do it the way that I'm oh so brilliantly trying to do it. So we have to roll quickly across there, or sort of quickly across. And then you do this, and then you do this. I got this. No problem. Thank you everyone for your patience as I fumble my way through this Really, really wonderful game. And that's how you oxide. Oh good, we don't have to go over there. We can just do this little route here. Oh, beautiful. And what does this note say? Don't move the mouse. When the next landscape appears, you got it. Okay. Nice little palette cleanser here. Landscape number 10. Ah. I feel better already. My chakras are aligned. The idea here is to get each of the green meditation balls into the meditation pits. The meditation pits. That sounds like some kind of dystopian prison. It's probably in Southeast Portland somewhere. Alright, anyways. It's a deep cut on Portland for all of you Portlanders out there, I guess. Anyways, you are definitely going to need the Oxide book for the next 90 landscapes. That is a true statement, my friends. Landscape number 11 comes right out of the gates. Well, with this thing, which is just kind of weird. You gotta do this, and then this, and then you bump it, and then it explodes! And you get a spring, which you can jump around with. And then you roll up here, and you go through the gate, but look at that strange block in the top left. Hey, Jumpin' Jack, from here on, you will need the Oxide book. Yep, that is absolutely true. So, first of all, we have an Oxide block, but then we have this Oxide code block. And what that's telling you to do is to go into the Oxide book and to look at a certain grid in a spreadsheet, basically, and enter in the letters that there's a 3-digit or letter sequence. You type that in, and that unlocks the block. Out of respect for the original game's creators, I'm not going to show you the letters that are required to unlock the blocks. I know that the game is extremely old. I know that the Oxide book is very hard to get. But still, and also, frankly, it is a little bit silly from the standpoint of the fact that there are 10 rows and something like 36 rows and 10 columns. So there's 360 individual sequences on a single page, and there's about 100 pages. So it's thousands and thousands of these. Realistically, you're not going to be able to reconstruct the book just from my playthrough. But again, out of respect for Mr. Schneider, I will not show those little sequences. But I will type them in. I have to find page number 150 and go to 1J, which is there, I think. All right. So we've got the block all dealt with, and now that Oxide block is in the middle of a bottomless pit, but if we use the spring, we can kind of jump and hit it. Pretty nice. We get an extra life here, and we also get this thing, which is like a checkpoint thing. It's kind of nice. I can see it being useful for other levels, but this one it's not so much of a necessity because this level is not that huge. Alright, we're going to jump down here. That sounded expensive. Alright, we're going to knock these blocks out of the way. Whoa, boy. There's something blocking that one. Okay. And jump. And there you go. Oh, but those blocks will make another appearance. So, we haven't seen the last of them. Speaking of. Alright, well, we've got lots of dynamite in that room. I like the look of that. And what's up here? Kind of a maze here. We want to go this way, through this corridor here. We've also got a shovel, for reasons unknown. Let's grab all this dynamite, because why the hell not? The metal floor is actually fairly slippery, which stands to reason. Let's open up that block, which is page 164 for C. Excellent. And it did nothing. I don't know what the purpose of that was. Let's bump this. It kind of reminds me of like a Bangalore torpedo, you know, where like you have a charge that's in a tube, and if you line it up right, it'll go off. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe not. Anyway. Oh, that's what the dynamite is for. It's for blowing these up. But we know that we are supposed to go through. I'm hitting these switches, and I don't know if that's at all prudent. Let's fill in our divots here, guys. Let's be respectful. Alright. Again. Gotta clean up after ourselves. I wonder if you can blow those things up with dynamite. Well, that's no way to do it. That is also terrible. Ah! Oh, interesting. He seems to be caught. Well, that's one way to handle those, I guess. Check this out. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah. Ah. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Oddly, a brilliant way to handle that little situation, I guess. Okay. Landscape number 13. Alright, we've got to push the blocks that are on the sides over to these glowing circles here. And I'm seeing how that works already. So let's just get to it. Some of these levels feel oddly familiar, like I think I was saying, where I think like, and this one is one of them. I feel like I played this in my youth somehow, and I don't know how that could be really. But who knows? Maybe there was a cracked version of this that somebody had at school or something like that. I don't know. But a big part of why I actually restored this Performa 476 that I'm playing this on is because, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I can go through here. This game does not emulate well. At least on PC Mac emulators. So, like Basilisk 2 for PC, it doesn't capture the mouse very well. And I gotta tell you, you need that for this game, in case you couldn't tell. So, it's pretty much, it's not really optional. I'm gonna go this way and do this. And you might be saying to yourself, well, maybe try to figure that out instead of spending hundreds of dollars. Well, it wasn't hundreds, it was a little over 100. But all the same, spending all that money to restore an old Mac and time, because I had to recap it and all that. Maybe do that. Maybe, oh, Oh, I did fuck up here. I was all cocky about this. Yeah, we gotta restart. Oops. Is it Command R or F3? That's it. Or Command 3. That's so funny. I was just like cruising through talking about this this little Mac that I'm playing it on. Do this first. There you go. I should mention that a couple of things actually about the world of Oxide. First of all, there is a open source clone called Enigma, which is available for modern systems, PC and Mac. And I believe that it has an Oxide level pack, but it is just not the same to me. It did not feel quite the same. It was years ago when I played it, so I could be just unjustifiably picky about it. But on the other hand, I am the kind of guy who will, again, spend money and time to restore an old Mac just so I can play a game like this. This isn't the sole reason I restored the Mac, but you know. The other item I was going to mention is that Dongleware was going to make a new take on Oxide, and I think that there were announcements, you know, in 2018, and there was some news about it in 2020, and then it just kind of dropped off the map, and I'm sorry to see that happened, because I would really, really love to see all the different things that they could do with it, with modern hardware and different, you know, not just graphical effects, but different new fun things that you can, you know, different mechanisms and things like that. Oh shit. See, again, I'm getting distracted. This is a really mellow game to play, unless you're getting blasted by lasers or dynamite, but that's usually your own fault. Landscape number 14, folks. Oh god. Okay, so we are rolling, and these are all arrow blocks. We can't go through into these individual rooms, which seem to be... Yeah, they seem to each hold... Whoa. Each hold an oxide block. We have a code block there, so let's open that up. Well, that's somewhat annoying. It just had a one of those spitting jacks in there, so... and then empty space. And there's a note there, so I'm assuming that I can go into that just fine, and that thing is very irritating. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there's black holes. And we're going into that one. And that's a magenta one. This is very low friction here also, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. Oh, he can hit the... He can hit! He can hit the oxide blocks. I didn't know that. Alright, so we have to kind of angle this and put the right amount of momentum on the ball here. So let's try that. That is not enough. That's just going to go into the same one. Unless I'm a genius. Yeah. Okay, so this that needs to be powered, and then this block here. We saw this before, I think. I mean, this is familiar to me. So you have to shoot a laser through there. I remember seeing the laser before. So it's just a question of getting there, though. Oh boy. Great. Oh boy. Let's slow it down there, Turbo. Be a lot of trial and error in this. Not really my strong suit. Okay, this at least, I think, will allow us to activate the laser? No, it won't. This is just the room with the laser in it. Great. Alright, well. Which one was magenta? Was this magenta? Come here. Absolutely not. Oh, that's promising. Perfect. And we got a match. That's awesome. Alright. So that is now open. So let's just... Yep. Because I have no control once it goes into the... into space. Oh shit. No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Fortunately, the oxide blocks are still unlocked. Not fully reset there. That's good. He absolutely wants to murder me. Another important thing to note about this game, it's important to me anyways. Oh shit. Another important thing to note is that this game is entirely in 16 colors. That's all. That's the only number of colors for this entire game. I think that's incredible. I think it's incredible that we were able to make and enjoy games with so little. And I mean, of course, there were fantastic black and white games and stuff, but it's really pretty vibrant, all things considered. All right. We're making some progress here. That was way too much. Way too much speed on that one. Oh. Oh. Darn. Okay. We'll get there. We're getting there. I think I need that far one, don't I? I really seem to like that one. Come on, baby. Oh, well. And we're going back. Okay. Oh, man. I thought for sure I would go into that far one. That's okay. Oh, that one doesn't matter. Could turn off the laser, right? We don't need it anymore. I'll leave it on. I just like having it going. Yeah, we don't need it. And that is a highly important one. Very good. So I think we need the far one. So let's do our very effing best to get that one. Oh god. I have no momentum. I cannot control it. Oh, come on. Huh. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Ah. I thought it would sling me for sure to that far one, but that's not to be. Damn it. That was pretty close. Oh, well, we need that. Oh, it's that one! Alright, whatever. Landscape number 15. Okay. So I'm having a hard time moving through this. But then I'm having a hard time... So this is basically like ice. Okay. Yeah, so like I'm not touching the mouse right now. But then if I give it a little bit of a push back, then it stops. It's easier with spikes. Okay, well, let's see if there's some spikes. Okay, so we can move these out of the way. I really don't relish the idea of going after those blocks in the corners, though, without really good control over my momentum. So I'm going to try to find these spikes. It's kind of like Arkanoid or something right here. Fortunately, if you don't hit them really square on the sides, they don't go anywhere. What if it's in a corner? Oh boy. Okay, wait. Slow down there. I'm getting absolutely no momentum when I want it. It's so hard to do this. I think that this game was really, in my opinion, designed to be played with a trackball. Oh, no, no, no. Oh. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's try some of these. I'm knocking the hell out of those. They didn't move. Let's try that again. Oh, boy. Maybe I'm not hitting them all that hard. Whoa! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Come on, baby. Oh my god. where are these flipping things? It's so hard because you don't want to build up so much momentum that you just bounce right off and then end up getting horribly, horribly killed. What's that? Oh, whatever it is. It's a thumbtack. Okay. So I have absolute perfect high friction. Oh, but that is a problem. That is an unforeseen complication. They did not mention that. Duly noted. Okay, blue and red. And what is this? Blue. Okay, let's go get that one real quick. And is it going to do... Yeah, okay, but that's okay. Excellent. Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to pause here, folks. We've played through Landscapes 1 through 15, and we'll leave 16 and on for the next episode. I'll see you guys then.